Hey guys, welcome back to the Tuesday stream. We're back playing a little bit of Kerbal Space Program, and indeed we are in the middle of crashing. Let's go through and load this up. We're going to give it one go. There's exactly one attempt at this before we go and build something with some docking ports on it and land something that's super stable and remove any and all jeopardy from this mission, which I think I can do, but we're currently plummeting towards minmus, and I would like very much to deal with that. I want to go to mission control first, though, and do something that I don't do quite often. This one here, I want to track the mission. I just want to see if we're given anything interesting whilst doing that. The tracking station. Hey, Rich Jackson, how's it going? Hello, video watchers. How is everybody doing out there? Hope we're doing fine and dandy. I have got one heck of a headache at the moment. I'm not sure what's brought it on or how I can get rid of it. Been dealing with it all day, and we are just struggles at the moment, but we'll push our way through. We are, of course, trying to meet up with a pair of crew down there because, well, this is the second attempt that we've made at this mission. We just need to land a vessel on minmus with a current mass of over 200 tons. Our current mass is given... What is this number here? 216, sorry, I can read small numbers, honestly. 216 and a half tons currently in the tank. If we can spend less than 16 tons, we win. And if I can put down gently enough that this thing doesn't shake itself apart. I suppose that's another part that needs... That's what happened last time we were here, at the very end of last stream. This had touched the floor, but it was a mite too difficult, mite too heavy, and I may have just slightly smashed it up a little bit. Not enough for it to explode and have a good time, but just enough for it to fall apart, which that obviously was not what I want. Now I'm going to go down to about 10 kilometers. We're going to turn the engine on full throttle, and we're going to see what we can do with that. I'm noticing that we've got the flashing science icon up there. I'm not sure whether that's something I want to do or whether that is a science experiment I want to save for the surface. Okay, let's try and bring ourselves down just a little bit more gently here. I know if we undershoot the 10 kilometers, then we do not survive this. So we'll try and make it so that Kerbals can live. That's my aim anyway. That is my aim. I wish there was a way. Ooh, let's slow this down. I wish there was a way. I've turned my throttle on, honestly. Surface. That's good. Of getting this number here displayed large. Like I think that would be cool. Oh, I just missed the star. I was like, wait, I can watch sunset. No, we literally just missed it. That's unfortunate. I think honestly, this is the best view at the moment. We are dropping fast, dropping heavy, dropping quickly. We're about 8 kilometers off the floor right now, moving at about 105 meters per second. As we shed fuel, our rate of acceleration is going to increase. I want to try and put down as close to the floor as possible. That's a terrible way of saying that, because obviously I'm going to be putting down on the floor. I want my velocity to reach zero, as close to the floor as possible, so that I'm not trying to have to make a controlled descent to land on the floor, because that is where we waste the fuel. That is why I also knew that 10 kilometers was really the place to be doing it, because we experimented last time, I think twice. I think we did one that was too low, and then one that worked out well. And I believe we are... I say worked out well. Worked out well enough that we got a lot close enough to the floor that we could see that there were problems. I'm quite alright at this point, I'm going to say it out loud, that if this touches, the engine bell touches the floor, and we end up having to just watch this ship pull itself apart, and then... I don't know. I'm happy to leave this here, I think is what I'm saying, and then we'll do a whole bunch of rescue and collection missions. I mean, we've only got 3 stranded Kerbals, like 2 at the moment, and then 1 more to be stranded on board here, because I'm waiting for the contingency plan to kick in. So to land on the side of a mountain, that would be somewhat unfortunate. I think it's relatively flat around here. Do we have time to check? I mean, I'm noticing Maybe I should have started my burn a little bit sooner than I did. I don't know. It's a bit hard to tell. We've got 50 meters per second to shed, and we're at 15. Well, when I started this conversation, we were at 1500. We're now at 1,000 meters off the floor. I think I started my engine too late. Wait, am I misremembering? Maybe we should have gone for 12. Maybe we should have gone for 12. Oh, I really thought that this would be a viable mission here. Okay. I said one go, but I feel like I messed up here, not the game messed up. You know what I'm saying? We're about to watch it. We're about to watch it. Yeah. No. This look 30. That was definitely what did I forget here? Hey, are you gonna survive? Are you on the surface? That's quite the separation of equipment. I mean, we technically survived here. That was, oh, look, that bounced. I'm trying to decide whether I say that's. I mean, that's blatantly my fault. Like that was I started this at the. Oh, there you are. Oh, hey there. Shall we just kind of rock you around? Welcome to Minmus. It's not quite how we expected to arrive. Oh, it's got what it takes to stand up as well. Okay. Let's. I know I said we weren't, but let's just do one more load game. We're gonna go down to like that was so close, so close. 11 kilometers, like that will be fine, right? Maybe I'll go to 12 just to be sure. Maybe 11 and a half or something, like 16, 15. I'm on surface still, which is definitely where I want to be, to be fair. Okay, there's 11. I'm just gonna go for it. Time warp is not over 1. Why are you saying that? Okay, can we speed this up somewhat? Not without losing control. That's unfortunate. It stopped turning, look. So when I get level with this, I am going to speed up time and drop the speed a little bit quicker. I think that's fine, right? What I'm actually worried about is the fact that we're not pointing directly at retrograde here. Hopefully that works out like that. Let me hover like 10 meters off the floor, something like that. So as far as I'm aware, I only made a difference of about 1 kilometer. But already I'm seeing like this is like the power of losing mass as you're going. Talking of mass, how much mass are we losing here? I feel like something changed. I heard a thing. Definitely something did change there, but it's not what we were going for. Are these numbers going to work out? Are we? I feel like we're going to hit at the same speed. I'm watching it drop, and I feel like this just isn't quite right. Maybe using time warp set me off here? It's only a maybe though, because now that I'm watching this 30 drop down. I'm looking at both our numbers here. I feel like somehow this has been a much worse burn. We seem to have burnt more fuel for less payoff. I'm guessing that is the power of time warp right there. We'll see how this goes. Sorry, we're at the final moments of the flight. I'm always a bit like, eek. 17. What counts as landing for the game? I thought that 1 kilometer would do it, but now I'm not so sure. Yeah, actually. 9. Let's try and find the balance point before we lose too much speed and then aren't actually traveling down anymore. So we're now traveling at 8.4. I've got 5 tons to work with. When I get down to about 100 meters off the floor, I'm going to try and drop my speed down to 3 meters per second. Ideally no less than that, because then the whole like measuring your prograde and retrograde gets a little bit weird. I'm going to turn the throttle up a little bit here. You'll start to see my surface velocity drop just ever so gently, and that's what I want. That's what I want. In fact, let's go a little bit more than that, because I'd like to get down much lower than I currently am. Up there. Of course, the problem with being... Managed to make the mod work. Dude, all about it. All about it. Is it easy to explain what the problem was? Oh man, I'm burning too much fuel for how high up in the ground we are. I love watching little triangles of flames get closer to the floor. This is what it's all about. Well, the other had instructions with extra steps. Okay, yeah, fair. 20.3, sorry, 203 tons. I don't like the fact that I'm burning fuel and I'm so far off the floor. I feel like I could let it drop further, but I'm not going to. Come on, let's get down to the floor. 5 meters per second. It's gonna take me like 20 seconds when I'm at 100. Let's just go. I never know how far to go. Okay, I think we're at the like 10 seconds to go regime, so let's try and bring the speed down. Okay, ready to cut my engine. Oh, it didn't like it. Once again, yeah, it's the same piece as well. Well, I said we were going to do it. Let's go do it. So we're going to build ourselves a super stable, super large, mostly empty craft that we're going to send refilling missions up to. Ba-bam. As soon as we get there. So, do we have the craft that we sent last time? Was it this one? We loading? We not? Oh, the game's like, yeah, give me a second. Okay, so this was indeed, but this whole thing around the outside was just jank. So we'll get rid of that. I say get rid of. Those off for now. What we're going to do is just try and figure out how to fit them on normally. Oh, I don't like this at all. And have just like this beast of a machine. Holding shift does not do what I want it to do. We need a larger fuel tank right here, else we're tiny. Else we're not going to have room to put the mass on that we want around the outside. I'm going to get rid of these because they're mirrored weirdly, and then that's right there. So if I then go 4 like that, that's 3. 4 like that. Okay, so the middle thing can escape. I'm going to get rid of these on the bottom here. And then Let's zoom out, thank you. I grab this to attach to... Oh no, oh no. It's a lot of stuff, so it's trying to occasionally copy it out to weird places. Like that. Now, do you reckon this is the appropriate amount of stuff? Do you think... Now, whilst we got this... Yeah, because I put more in the middle. Even if I did take these off, I put... So I'm now going to, like, empty these out, right? And then we're going to put docking ports around them, and then we're going to fill back up that minmus, and then it's going to be a nice, easy mission, and everything's going to work out well. When I was a lad, there was a magazine called Input, but it was a programming in the code, but several times there was missing bits or typos in the code, so we had to fix it ourselves. I remember that. And they always claimed that it was purposeful as well. Coupling, docking ports. That's it. That's it. We should definitely weigh this, make sure it's got enough for landing and stuff. The split feature. No, I didn't mean to cut. Oh no! Look what I'm doing. Gonna reset? Okay, reset. Middle click over there. That's how you move around. I'm trying to move like I'm in Juno, which obviously not the right game. So grab that, put that under there. Okay, how much do we think this weighs? Do we have a way of checking? Because all these are empty, right? Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Let's refill them for now, and that gives us a total mass of 223. So even if we burn 23 tons landing, we should be fine. I wonder if we could put a little cap or cover underneath. I don't feel like heat shield's the way. It looks just as bad as having an uncovered bottom. Yeah, no, I don't think we could put anything else there. I might go for the heat shield. I just said how terrible it was, but like it's literally all that we can do. Okay, so that should now be fine. Okay. Well, whatever you want to do, Craft, I'm fine with you doing that. Let's just get going. Okay, that should then be available for refuel back in orbit around Minmus. So I'm going to launch... Oh, what has it done to my stage? No, that's okay. That's okay. Yeah, so once we get up to orbit, we can just... What are you... Oh, your RCS fuel tanks. Which I don't think we needed. Not on this one. On the refuel tanks, it's going to be necessary. Well, this is not responding well, I have to say. Almost like I've got too many parts here or something. I'm just gonna launch it. We're just gonna put it out. Land in the data. I'll definitely try that. What are we taking off in? We'll wait. We'll wait. Things seem a little wobbly. Have I done anything to make it more wobbly? Tell me we've only got one Kerbal on board. We've only got one Kerbal on board. You're not where I really want you to be. Oh, we gotta wait. Oh, it's a long way. Okay, there we go. I mean, chances of this launch being 100% successful, kind of slim. First launch of the day. 5, 4, well, they do a countdown themselves now. I do miss being able to do my countdown. And I don't even know where they are in the countdown. If I start speaking over a few of them, then yeah. Hey, 5, 3, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Are we going? Are the engines on? I don't want to click and it go like, hey, you got the wrong stage. What was the first stage then? Was it just empty? Hey Forrest, how's it going, buddy? How's it going? Yeah, I mean, honestly, it's not normally this bad. I don't know what's got. I think it might be the number of craft we got, and you know, I've got 4 active vessels out there at the moment, and that shouldn't be a problem. But this game is in early development, so we'll just have to accept it for what it is. We'll go rescue everybody, and then we'll purge the system. Any active flights, well, maybe not any active flights, because there is one out in the interplanetary space that I'd like to keep an eye on. But I think any debris we've got out there or anything like that, we're just going to get rid of them. Also, the camera is kind of terrible. Cut off the top. I don't know whether that was me or the camera, but that's fine. It has been out nearly a year now. It's true. It's true. Early development meaning the game got released before it was done. I think, yes, that is what being in development means. It means it's not finished. The question opens up about games like Minecraft or any, you know, long-term games as service. You know, is it like, are they done at any point? It's a question. Okay, we are currently 2.5 kilometers off the floor. We have got an apoapsis 20 seconds ahead of us. Do we get a mission time anywhere? Does it actually count us down? Because I've got a feeling, however long the mission thinks it's been, it's not even close. You know what? I've not even experimented with the water physics since the last update. Maybe we'll have to give that a go. I think we must be pushing a full, like, 12 frames here. Like, just wobbling this back and forth. That's got to be... Yeah. Like, just spinning her around, I think we only got something like 6 frames around the whole craft. So, I don't know. We'll see what's going on with that. I mean, at the moment, we're burning a lot of solid fuel boosters, and for some reason, Kerbal, in its many iterations, does have issues with the solid boosters. I think it's the plumes underneath. I don't know why. I've never understood why. I'll tell you what, I should really be turning as well. But it's just the way of things, unfortunately. Trying to straighten back up now. Oh. Don't want this to just like tip over and never be able to look in the right direction again. That is a thing. Yeah, smoke's always bad for anything other than the highest ends. I mean, and look at that. Like, this is smoke on smoke on smoke, and you know they've not, because early development or whatever, early access, they've not put anything in to try to make sure that, you know, overlapping clouds don't get rendered 27 times or whatever. Open my flask. I had dinner a little bit early today, which means I've finished my tea early. Throw myself all out of whack with my schedule. Hey, Carl, how you doing? Just came by to say hi. Unfortunately, won't be around. Good luck, and may the Kraken be asleep. I hope so. Oh, 3, 2, 1, stage. Did it work? The noises are good. I don't hear any explosions with those noises. We're also about to drop some solid, some liquids. Yeah, that's interesting. Do that as well. They go part of the last craft and probably got reverted. So, something's wrong here. Yeah, something's very wrong here. Well, rip. Why is this on the active craft? Like, this is the active craft. Unfortunately, we've lost some of our fuel. I don't know. I don't rightly know how much just went travelling there. I guess we carry on. The engine noises are gone. Why am I always cursed with engine noise? With broken engine noises. I think the game thinks it broke. It definitely made the. Oh, the future looks better than where it is, but. Yeah, it is the game. I know. We should be able to do this though. So I'm fairly sure a staging was set up wrong there. I've got several thousand in the tank. This is the one that needs to land. Wait, why has this only got 100 tons? Oh, because we've not got fuel in the tank. It's okay. It's all right. Still using error. Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Well, you know, I think it'll be we've lost some stages, but I think the main thing actually is these tanks are empty by design, so that we can go. Do I go put it in orbit around Minmus and then deliver the extra fuel to Minmus? I think that might be the way that we do it. I've just noticed that my Apple Apps is just busy going up to. Let's stop it at 100. That seems fine. 100. Nice. Look at my system. Create maneuver. Ooh, it's a bit. Like, what is going on with this fuel indicator here? Is it trying to tell me that I run out of fuel before I make it to orbit? Because whilst I won't necessarily disagree with it, I did try and make sure that wasn't the case. Maybe we'll try this again with the correct staging. We're going to see how far we get. Or I don't know, do I? Do I see how far we get? Because I feel like it's kind of almost a fruitless task. Those dots came up and then stopped. What was that? It got me panicked. I was like, wait, we're not at to a minute. I don't want to click that. Is it going to start turning? The user error was clicking purchase. Maybe. I need to need to figure out the modding scene for Juno and see if I can get some sort of like Robot Wars thing going on over there. It looks like it'd be more capable. I'm not sure how. Is this pointing? Is this pointing? I'm not sure how the robotics really works over there though. Well, unfortunately, Forrest, the devs that started Kerbal, the original, are not the same people who are dealing with Kerbal 2. Like, Take-Two came along, bought up Squad, and then moved the IP over to Private Division because they were a more capable game company. And then... yeah, it's kind of hilarious. Kinda hilarious. Which is a shame, because like they really. They also fight, yeah, like they really didn't have to go too far above and beyond. They could literally have just given Kerbal a fresh lick of paint and maybe got the multiplayer working. I don't think it's justified to give them money for an unfinished product because they don't have any obligation to fix. Yeah, I mean, yeah, if they got it right, they'd have had gold, right? And that's why Take Two is letting them carry on, because like there is a possibility there. And hopefully they'll get. Grandma Hardwell should be a bicycle. Yeah, fair play, fair play. Was that not a staging situation? Why is this down here? Is it reading the wrong stages? I've still got fuel in the tank, so I'm not sure. I'm not draining fuel from this middle one here, am I? I cannot tell. This is by far one of the worst things about this game. Is trying to figure out how much fuel is in a specific tank. It's just like that one. Well, these are. I have no idea. I literally have no idea what is draining fuel and what isn't. I'm gonna just kind of go by that. We'll just let that one be a winner. Let's have a look at the map and make sure we've not like already overshot the mission somehow, because that totally sounds like something that could have happened. Have a little stagey poos in a few seconds. We're definitely nose up at the moment, but I think we can live with it. It's taken us a little bit longer to get into orbit than I would have liked. Staging got slapped. Try again. Okay. Kind of watching the numbers really more than anything. I had someone on Reddit trying to tell me how good the maneuver nodes were now. It was like, oh yeah, no, the red line is by far a more accurate prediction. I'm like, okay, mate. I'm glad whatever rockets you put together, that works for. But I don't know about you, my blue line and my red line are very separate. And they were like, oh yeah, like, do you hear those audio issues? Do you guys hear that crackling going on? Like, what is that? Like, we're coming down on the other side of the orbit now. I think I shouldn't have listened to their maneuver nodes at all. I think I should have just flown this the way I know how to fly spacecraft. Which, like, you know, it's totally the old man. Damn things coming along, changing the way I do things. But it's obviously just not actually doing the thing that it purported to do. And like when it's gone away, sorted its proverbials out, then great. I'll be here for it. I'm all about the super better done mission planners. But at the moment, it doesn't exist. Not the way they want us to know that it exists. The Delta V isn't even counting down at this point. That's cool. Like, we're still so far away from this actually being. Yeah, I'm sorry, I can't do it anymore. Revert to that VAB. Convert that. Let's go track down that problem. What are we playing next week, guys? What do we reckon? Well, if I get this 200 ton done now, let's walk away from the game before it sullies what we think of it too much. We'll come back after the next big update. What should we play next week? I've got a few sort of sci-fi puzzle games that we can play through for a couple of weeks. I've got like a 3-hour game and a 5-hour game. But what have we got that's like decent length, but not ridiculous? Okay, so Fuel flows, fuel flows. Fuel flows. Okay, so that. Engine start. Solids drop. And then we do the 2 outs. I don't know why. I do know why. Okay, here it is. Here it is. All of these Separatrons are not Separatrons. All of these are firing together when it shouldn't be a group of 3 here. The 2 side ones should fire first. Oh man, I don't. That one. And then. Is it just these? I think it's just these, right? But there's 4. 1, 2. Oh, no, maybe not. I thought they'd self-organized for a moment then. Okay, so that one, not that one, not that one. You go down with that. Oh, the way this pulls in and out is quite. It was just the bottom ones I wanted. Oh, great. So now I've got to go through all of these. And put them back. Oh, this staging into this is horrible. Just gotta whisper bad things in the microphone now. Yeah, this is definitely had smoother experiences. Smoother experiences. Go play Dyson Sphere projects and kill some grain. Okay, we could do that. Do I have Dyson Sphere who's got access to my thing at the moment? We'd have to play for a while. Maybe be a game, the first game where I'm like, all right, we're going to play this for the evening. I'm going to take breaks. Which is not a thing I normally do in games. I'm normally like 2 hours, bam, that's your lot. But seriously, this is so hard to tell which one is doing which. You're sideways, you're sideways. Wait, so what are these ones? 1, 2, and then I wanted this bottom one here. And then out of all these are all good. Top one goes down there, okay. And then all of these go back down there. Not done that. Great. You go down there as well. Okay. Okay, that should now be it. Whew, that took a while. We've got Separatrons firing when they shouldn't be, but you know what? I don't care. I'm going to save it, but I've got a feeling, that this is a situation where it's just not going to save the staging properly. We've had this in the past. There's a smoother experience called sandpaper. Yes, I do. Okay, all right. Next week we'll start Dyson Sphere project. I'm gonna have to. Oh my gosh! I'm sorry. I'm just gonna take a moment. I won't even. Oh, that. We could pivot now. Do we want to pivot? I haven't got it installed. I can't pivot now. I don't. Unfortunately, I don't have the. I've got the bandwidth to either download a game or stream. I can't do both. Well, I probably could do both. It was this one. I'm just gonna take it off. Yeah, there was no reason. No reason at all. Are they still empty? This is the important thing. It saves us a lot of effort. We just launch some up later. I didn't check the staging. I don't know. Maybe we'll just go play in some sandbox for a little bit. Okay, nothing fell apart. We now need to kind of like wait till morning. At which point site will fall apart, right? Oh, okay. Well, that's not quite morning, but that's good enough. Is it? The thing's gonna die. I'm sure we just got the bad things happen sound, you know, dong. But I think we're taking off. I've definitely lost contact with the ground, so like I'm all about that. If we carried on with ground contact, bad things would have happened. If we just zoom all the way out, do we actually get a better frame rate or a worse frame rate? Look at the size of it, though. I tell you what, that is one thing that you don't really get the feel of when you're like right up close with the rocket. You're just like, ah, yeah, you know, rocket's in front and then everything else is behind. But like if you zoom out, like this is huge buildings tall. You know, compare it to like, you know, the radar dome or whatever. This is a huge rocket. This is a huge rocket. Regolith is smoother. You know what? I think it's really smooth. Martian dust. Just rub it into my face. How many ultra-rich people are putting ground-up meteorite in their exfoliating face scrub because they think the power of iridium will give them the power of the dinosaurs or something? You know what I'm saying? That feels like something we need to have. We got meteor cults trying to harness the power of the dinosaurs. That sounds like a good, crazy sci-fi religion. I'm all about that. Well, yes, we inject ourselves with space rock, cosmic dust, which oh man, I tell you what, I never realised I was going to have to be learning the properties of dust. So, oh no. Oh, mate. I guess I'm just gonna mute for now.
It's still rave conditions here, guys. Oh, wow. Well, there we go. And that happens about 3 times a week. Am I actually? Yeah, I'm actually back. Okay, great. How's the rocket flying going? Mostly okay. Oh, we've not lost. Those were the Separatrons that were in the wrong place. That's fine. Everything's working out okay. I say that. Look how long it's taking us to get my apoapsis up. So I'm burning bacon. Who knows? But like, so the block I'm in is literally a building site. Like there are entire floors that are being gutted out and remodeled, and for some reason that means they set the fire alarm off a lot. Yeah. I'm not hearing any engine noises. Not expect. I mean, like, all right, granted, we're most of the way up out of the atmosphere now, but surely there should be some engine noises. Okay, we are on our way. We got 83 on the apoapsis. I'm wondering, should we just turn the engines off? Does that? Yeah, there we go. All right. Just turn them off and on again. Classic. Do I want to wait until we're up there? Do I just start burning towards the horizon? I think that might be the one I go for. Because we've already got a high enough apoapsis. That is not what we would need. We don't need a higher one, is what I'm trying to say. But we burn tangential to our direction of travel, or at least our wanted direction of travel, we can just stack speed in the direction we want to go. Maybe not the most efficient way of doing it, but hey, it works. Oh, I've gone too far. I'm burning us down. Oh. Look, my apoapsis is dropping, but my periapsis is still going up. You know, that's kind of the main point there. Why can't I turn up right again? I am. Look, where's my? Here's my full lock on these two. It's just not. Let's try and get this going. Like, are these gimbaling engines or not? Gimbal enabled. Wow. Okay. So I was reading a paper today, and it drew attention to something that I kind of knew. So if you imagine like just any star out in the universe, it's throwing uncountable numbers of photons in every direction at all times, right? And the in every direction is kind of the important part, which means the majority of the photons will never hit anything, because stars, planets, more importantly eyeballs, are such a small part of the universe that the chances that the photon will hit anything other than just like sailing off forever is vanishingly small. The fact that we can see anything is crazy, right? So there's a whole bunch of stray photons running around from all the stars that have ever been in the entire universe, right? All 13 point whatever billion years. All right, let's call it 13 billion years. The point whatever is when it was evolving to get to the point where it can make stars, right? Gonna make a stage. Bam. Which means there's essentially an optical background, right? If you point a camera at the sky, you're going to get flooded with the light that comes from random places, bounces off other things and comes at you, and you're not going to be able to see anything other than just like this haze of all the combined photons that have ever been released by stars. Like some of that light, and it turns out about half of that light actually hits dust grains or gas, makes the dust or gas warm, and then that gas re-emits some thermal, some like infrared, right? You know, literally like through a thermal camera, you see the different colors, right? And it turns out, like I say, about half the light that has ever been released by stars. Just by stars, you know, but anything that makes fusion, basically, but you know, stars. Half that light has been absorbed and re-emitted by dust and grains and stuff like that. So you've got two populations of just light out there: the stuff that comes direct from the stars and stuff that's like warmed up and been re-emitted. And then you may have heard of the cosmic microwave background. I saw a plot that was talking about the energy levels in both these things. It had a little bump for the optical, and it had a little bump for the infrared. And this is all the energy that has ever been released from hydrogen and helium coming together and making all the different molecules and atoms we have all around us. All the starlight that has ever been, the two little bumps on the graph. And then the cosmic microwave background is like this bump 4 times the size. And it's a logarithmic scale, so that means thousands of times more. And I was just blown away by just how much low energy... I don't even know how to describe how mind-blowing it is. Because, like, these photons from the CMB, so, like, you know, when the universe was super, super hot and it stopped being a plasma and suddenly light could go through. You know how, like, you know, if you've got a plasma, you can't really see through it. It's why plasma balls are purple. You're seeing the plasma, you're not seeing through the plasma, right? This is why the sun. It's why we can't see the core of the sun. It's why we see the surface of the sun. It's because the plasma doesn't let the photons through, right? So there was a point where the whole universe was this plasma, and then suddenly it wasn't one day. I mean, it wasn't one day. It was thousands of years. But you know, as far as the universe evolution is concerned, one day, boom. And that light there has been stretched out over 13 billion years or whatever to be much, much lower levels. Yet still, the amount that got released there is thousands of times more than all the suns that have ever existed in the universe. And that kind of blew my mind a little bit, and I thought I'd share that one with you. Periapsis for 30. We're getting there. Where are we in the orbit? Because I'm boosting forwards and I'm watching my apoapsis go up pretty crazy. Okay, so I want to like burn inwards. Nice. Yeah. That came from like, so one of my modules this year is galaxies and galaxy evolution, which is a surprisingly young field of study, right? It was only like a couple of, not even a couple of hundred, it was only 100 years ago, 1920 or whatever, 1924, that people decided that these cloudy, smudgy patches of light out in the universe might actually be other galaxies, right? Until then, they thought the Milky Way, well, some people didn't, but like the major consensus was the Milky Way was the whole thing. Because it's 100 trillion, like 100,000 light years across. Like, do you have any idea how big that is? I totally understand why they thought that was everything. Yeah? In the same way that I can totally understand why people who think the Earth is it think that way, because it's so big. Of course, it's all of it. But no, we're just not really we're not equipped to deal with these big
things, right? Yeah, so it's a module that's showing me a lot of very interesting things. And this was like one of the things that it was talking about was like how all this dust in the universe is like hiding galaxies from us. And they are like it's one of the things that I've been working. So you've heard about the Hubble Space Telescope, right? It goes up. Hey, nerd of nerds, how's it going? It goes up, right, and it looks at the galaxies in the same way that we look at galaxies. Yeah, it's. I mean, it goes a bit more into UV, goes a bit more into infrared, but essentially, it looks at things the same way we look at things, right? The Hubble, which is great. That means you see the stars, and you see the pulsars, and you see all the things. Let's say, I'm going to say the high energy universe, even though actually the high energy universe is a little bit more high energy than that. But we'll say it. We'll say it. I just want to circularize. I'm going to circularize. Is this a good circular? It's a good circular. So solar cells would be screwed as in not all the power photons hitting the cell is getting battered every which way. So it would be like your knackered joystick and just tumble around. So when you are around a star, as we are, like close to the sun, the vast majority of power comes from that sun. It's like I don't know. Say you've got, I don't know, a toddler trying to blow out their birthday candles, but actually there's a wind tunnel going on. Like the difference in scale is like so the stuff that batters in all directions is the toddler, and then the sun will be the wind tunnel in this analogy, right? So like, yes, the solar cells do have to worry about that, but not really. In the same way that me running down a track, I don't have to worry about like the theory of relativity because I'm just not at the right speed, right? That's the same type of thing. It's sort of like a 1 in a million correction or whatever. Where am I going? I'm going to Minmus. We're going to Minmus. I really need to deal with this. Hey, I shuffle at an accelerated pace occasionally. Right, this one here. That one there. Create a maneuver. And I think we're going off that way. So can we please go off in that way somewhere? Yeah, when I'm like, yeah. Like I was late for a meeting with my advisor yesterday. I ran then. I got there. It was like, oh, it was not that important. I was like, I feel like it is. I need to like target minmus. I'm gonna be able to. That's the mun! Wait, this is not even the right one! Go back. That is the right one. What? We just see the mun through a gap in minmus or something there. Focus. Get close. So this is definitely a bit they need to work on. Just how you navigate, because like I can't press tab to jump between things, you know, like we used to be able to. And yeah, I get it. It's not the same game. But why have they thrown away all these great quality of life things? Actually, you know what? Close it, open it. That's, I'm actually not sure where this is even going now, but is that close? Is that far? Oh, there we go. We got a thing. Okay. So, when get out of the way. When we are here, minmus is all the way back there, and when we are coming down, minmus is all the way forward. So somewhere in between the two, we should have. Yeah, there it is. Look, you see that? I knew it was happening. I knew it was happening. Somewhere between the two, there is a meet point. And I'm just gonna fly like that because I'm not going down for super precision. They should have built on KSP 1 and not to try to do it again. So I understand why they wanted to, because there was a lot of things that KSP 1 didn't do very well. But it turns out the majority of the reasons of why it didn't do very well is because physics is hard. and I don't mean hard as in like it's hard to understand or it's an altitude, not an orbit change. And the thing is, like, it's not like physics is hard to wrap your head around and so the coding's difficult. I mean, physics is a hard problem that some of the mathematics that we've got can't solve. you know, so you have to do all sorts of like weird janky stuff to try and get a decent number out in the end. Which, if you're just trying to predict the future, is not a problem. You know, but anyway, I'm not gonna go off on a what even is physics rant. Okay, I think we're just gonna get on with this one and then launch 4 tankers. Are we gonna launch 4 tankers? I mean, it would be nice. $504. I'm just wondering what point is the best point to refuel, but it's blatantly at minmus. I don't feel like this is controlling very well. Like, why is it trying to spin in this direction all the time? There we go. I unlocked it from whatever gimbal lock it's stuck in, but like, what's going on here? I touch one, and then this goes nuts. Thankfully, we've got time to sort it out. You know, that's close enough for me to hit the go button, and we'll just see what happens from there. Yeah, I mean, the problem with KSP is it really needed a bunch of PhD students getting on it for various reasons. People who know where you can make an approximation and where you can't, and why. That's normally a good thing as well. Okay, we've got 15 seconds to try and spin ourselves around. Chadless is smiling at us. Yeah, 2 got discount game devs instead, it's true. Well, so yeah. I've definitely heard some things about Nate Simpson and his crew since this whole thing. 3, 2, 1, go. Can't remember what RTS it was they had their hands in, and it just all fell apart as well. They did. Done basically what we feared Sean Murray would do. Sean Murray actually came along and made good on his word. But we'll see how this one runs, though, right? Like, you know, they do seem to be somewhat committed to at least making what they've got already a viable product. Somewhat. You know, they've got funding for it and they're willing to spend it out. What happens when the money runs dry? Because, like, yeah, I don't know. Has Kerbals 2 reception? Yeah, Sean Murray can. I mean, to be fair, Nate Simpson can also take a bit of a ribbon. I cannot fault his media face. And that's probably why he keeps coming back for more, right? Because he knows how to sweet talk the people with the money. And, you know, actually, fair play on that one. I wish I had that particular skill. I'd try and use my powers for good, but we need to fire the right tanks here. Oh my gosh.
Wait, what? Oh yeah, no, they're meant to be empty. It's all right. That's fine. Don't get panicked. Don't panic, guys. Don't panic. It's these ones. When these empty out their fuel reserves. Can we just kind of slide that off the side there? Okay, right. We'll leave that there. That's nice. That's nice. Maybe that's what we'll play. Should we play some No Man's Sky? Can I keep a conversation going whilst we play No Man's Sky? That's the question. These Dyson Sphere program, I have lots of problems to be solving live and like talking about it as I go. I've never followed the No Man's Sky story all the way through, and I hear it's different now as well, so that might be worth. I don't know, maybe I'll put a poll out. The thing is, everyone whose opinion matters is kind of here, right? Not everybody. There are a few people who aren't here who I would like to hear from, but trash that. See where we're at. Okay, we need to turn around and go back the other way. Yeah, I had a feeling you'd be up for a bit of No Man's Sky Forest. I had a feeling. Literally one of the things that made me go, yeah, maybe. Is there? How online? It's pretty online. I'm just wondering about what. I do a speed test. Should we do a speed test while I'm streaming? This is totally not. Yeah, you'll do. It's totally not recommended, but go. Checked. Unfortunately, I can't share it. Well, I mean, I could share it with you, but I'm going to. And my download rate is. Get out of here, gigabit. I don't believe you. Whatever this is testing, it's not my connection. Maybe to the server downstairs. Yeah, gigabit each way. I'm not sure I believe it. I'm not sure I believe it. Okay. You had to remind yourself of No Man's Sky. You've seen it but never played. Yeah, I mean, if we do play, you've got to remind me not to get sidetracked and just like disappear down caves or whatever, because it's boring. I'll have a great time and then I'll get lost and then it'll be very boring. Okay, we've got an encounter. We've got the encounter. I've got no way of setting up an alarm. Kerbal 2 is not set up for multi-missions. No, don't revert. Just go back to the VAV. Okay, we've landed. We just send a robot. So we need. There we go. That's what. And then I guess we should save the Kerbal. Do I just send a robot and then we just burn it? I'm just gonna send a robot. We can burn it up on the way down. That's possibly a bit harsh, but that's what's gonna happen. I mean, at what point do we have to start considering the feelings of our robotic counterparts? Because I think right now is not the time, but it's probably the time to be having the conversation, right? Yeah, I don't. While I do personally feel a little bit bad that Ingenuity has been down. Are you guys aware that the little helicopter that could on Mars has destroyed one of its rotors? I'm trying to think of the not bad word there. I'm obviously very tired. My brain is offering me words that I would not normally try and use. Yeah. It's obviously it's a real shame, but you know, like this thing was supposed to go for 5 flights, and it's absolutely whittled all over it, right? So it's not, you know, it's not bad. It's a shame. But I do wonder whether this is the floodgates for cheap missions. So the whole point of Ingenuity was it was like an off-the-shelf mission. Sorry, I've suddenly developed hiccups. It was like an off-the-shelf mission, right? You could go and buy most of the parts, obviously not all of them, but most of the parts from retailers or whatever. I can't. This doesn't have the side-to-sides on it. I suppose because I've put them all the way around, it will have side-to-side. And like Ingenuity was put together, you know, on the cheap. I've got a big inverted commas there because it was still like ridiculous, but you know, as missions go. But it's one of the first that's broken quite like this so quickly, right? You know, like not Perseverance, Spirit and Opportunity were dragging around broken bits forever, right? And they just kept on going. And Ingenuity is still like doing the science, you know. It's got instruments that are doing stuff and things, right? Okay. Is that it? Is that what I'm sending to Minmus for the refuel? I think it is. We just need to put like a decent lift stage under this, and then we're good. Well, I mean, I'd also like to strap some liquid drop tanks around the outside of this so that we can have some fuel to travel with, right? Let's get that mainsail under there, and then we can like get some decent lift going. Have these gone down the wrong way around or something? Yeah, there's 7. That's good. So we need to get 3 and a bit here. Does it have a trip planner? Can we? There is a trip planner here. I need to try to remember what numbers I'm aiming for to get. So if we got 5, anything above 5 is bonus, right? Because we're only going to, let's say, low orbit. I'll try and keep everything in high orbit, actually. And then we can do all our missions and then drop down. Probably the best way of doing it. So I need to try and put 5 on the underside, is what I'm saying here. So if we can't... You know, on, like, original Kerbal, you could come in and... Thrust limit to 0? No, that's not going to do it either. Turn the tanks off, and then it wouldn't count it in your Delta V readout. I'd really like to be able to do that, but that's just not going to happen. Let's go with... Ooh, I really like these hard points, and I really wish they were more stable. Am I just gonna use them anyway? I think we might. Because I wish. So we're gonna try like that, and then we're gonna put a fuel tank on. Not a fuel tank. Well, it is a fuel tank, but it's an adapter. This one, swing that into the middle. No, that's the perfectly symmetrical one. Something like that. Something like that. And then we just launch 4 of these in a row, right? And the game can cry at us, and we'll be like, "Be quiet!" Skippers around the outside. What do you reckon? Do we need the skippers? 12's good. Oh, mate, will this work just like this? Of course, like the other problem. Wait, we know this. This is atmosphere down at 0 altitude. That's still good. Good. Do I? Put solids on here. Does it need solids? Is that a thing? 0.7, yeah, it needs solids. I was like, oh, am I overcomplicated? No, it just straight up needs them. We just do not have the oomph off the pad straight away. You go up there with this lot, and then you sit in there with that lot, and we get rid of that. And then we've got get rid of that. Got a 1.12. I mean, that's not a bad start. I wonder whether we want to double that. Not like that. Flight controls are now in docking mode. It's like, great, what does that mean to me here? Stare at it face on, and we put this here. Put this here. Okay, like that should be fine, right? That should definitely get there. Like, and some. So, things that are actually missing, we need some solar and we need some communications. Once we've got those covered, nothing's gonna stop us. Everything can stop. Mild inconvenience will stop us. Like you, and then the antennae, as we were saying, like that. Okay, the livery. Okay, still don't know whether I get fuel. The L and the E. Is it fuel or fuel? I don't know. Put that there. I don't know what like it. So I'm dyslexic, right? You may have noticed that I just can't spell. But I like went for extra lessons and stuff as a kid, and I've got over a whole. I say got over. I've learned coping strategies for a whole bunch of stuff. But this fuel model, it's the E and the L on the end. I cannot get it right. Cannot get it right. Okay, is that everything we need? I think that should be fine. Okay, we got a robot up there. It says 7. It's a lot less than the 13 that we left the VAB with. Oh well, if we only hand with 2,000, it's still going to be some. Let's go. I did not wait. I know a problem. I know a problem already. Does anybody want to guess it before I go back to the VAB? It's nothing to do with the engines. It's nothing to do with the couplers. It's not the parachutes because we're planning on crashing us. It's the RCS. I put little thrusters on there, but I didn't actually drop any fuel anywhere. So I'm gonna get out there. Like if I press R right now, nothing happens. Very sad. Very sad. Confirm that revert. Now I feel like I only need a little bit. Because we're just gonna like be flying up to the other craft, and then really the RCS is just there to try and like side to side, to like control the crash, right? Like we want to crash into the side of my spacecraft in a very controlled manner. Do we just put it up here? I think I'm just gonna just slam it on the end there, right? Yeah, why not? Yeah. Now we're at 10 here. That's still a lot less than the 7. 6.9. We've lost even more. We'll see what happens. Maybe we're going to think of a different way of launching it. I mean, literally all that I'll do is put an interstage in between. Shakes. Okay, less frame rate issues this time. The last craft must have just gone over a certain critical threshold for the number of parts or something. Or maybe it was the Kerbal. Maybe the Kerbal was causing all the lag. That would be hilarious, actually. Like the one major selling point of this game, because like it is literally why Juno hasn't done well, right? Because it lacks the cute little guys and the. I'm pressing buttons and I don't seem to be able to do anything. Wait, what's going on here? Why can't I turn? One of these should be going with my control. I mean, am I not going to be able to stage? I don't. Why can't I roll? Why can't I turn? Why can't I click this button? Click back in here and make sure. Yeah, no, I don't know what's going on with this game. It's fun, but frustrating. Also, look, that middle stage has just died. Middle stage should not have died. Middle stage should have had. Yeah, look at that. Should have had all of these feed. Ow! I'm feeding into the wrong place. Also, why can't I turn? The staging worked. Why couldn't I turn? Well, I'm glad the staging worked. That was good. Delete. We're definitely going to do one of these. Feel like okay, right? That should now do the right thing. Like that? There we go. I do need something going on. Why was the robot on strike? Feels like the setup for a joke. Why was the robot on strike? Because the human had rights? Yeah, I don't know. We'll cover something. Why was the robot on strike? There's got to be. I've got a friend who's quite often technically funny, so I might see if he can come up with something there. Need to go to a Discord now and be like, hey mate, you're technically funny. Come up with a good punchline for this. Yeah. Forrest is like, oh, this guy. Yeah, exactly that guy. Because like if you give him a setup like that, he's gonna think about it. He's gonna give it some real thought, and then come up with the worst joke you've ever heard. But at least he'll think about it, and then his terrible punchline might might give me something to work for. I actually can't steer. Is there a problem with the robots? Can I pull this? The keyboard? I'm fairly sure I typed stuff. We're not fully on solids. We got these in here. Got gimbals and stuff. Don't slam your hand on the keyboard in frustration. Things happen. I may have popped a keycap, so now I'm like, okay, there we go. Okay, well we're gonna make a stage here and see what happens. Okay, can I control it now? I still can't control it. It works in England, every other person. I mean, unfortunately, like, not enough people on strike in England. somehow people still keep making profits, and they don't come out to us lot. Anyway, let's maybe I'll just reset the game. Maybe I'll just reset the game. We're not getting anywhere. Because, well, I mean, maybe when I get out of the atmosphere, I'll be like, all right, now we say this is the worst. We're gonna play some solitaire. Do you guys wanna get some hardcore Minesweeper going down? Free ski, whatever amazing games can we go play instead? Sudoku? You want to do some Sudoku? Can I steer now? No, I still can't steer. Okay. Well, like, obviously I've got ways of, like, pointing the direction that I am looking. So, like, that's not the biggest problem. But it's still not ideal. I'm going to put myself into orbit and then we're going to reset the game. A6, A7. Sorry, there's still beeping going on from the fire alarm out there. Oh look, we're spinning. We're spinning. I hear it's a good trick. Okay, let's think about this, because I want to be like here, and then I'm gonna like turn my engine on and start pushing my orbit out. Yeah. I mean, I do remember when Kerbal 1 was still in development. I guess it wasn't even still in development at the time, but like, yeah, when it was still getting active updates and stuff like that, where it would reach a point sort of an hour and a half into stream where the game just refused to behave nicely, and I can't help but feel the parallels, you know. Also, look at it. I'm trying to turn the way the map is looking, and it's just not having it. Expected to move at this speed. Look. Okay, we're gonna turn and look. Oh, wait, which way are we turning and looking? That way. Okay. As long as we stay a decent distance away from our apoapsis, we should be fine to circularize up. What's the how long to beat on Dyson Sphere program? Are we talking like 100-hour game, or are we talking a 20-hour game? Or are we talking an endless game? See, endless games I kind of feel like are better for stream than games with fixed endings like that. Because an endless game you can just walk away from at any point, right? You'd be like, well, did that bit. Whereas, like, a fixed game... Why can't I steer? Wait, get ready to lock it. Oh, something like that. 200 to 300 hours, yeah. That's a bit much for a commit. 2 hours. 2 hours a week, that's 100 weeks, that's 2 years. Don't get me wrong, I'm not averse to running a bit long. Okay, looks like we're circularizing up nice. Oh, just in time for a sleep as well. There, we good? Get me out of here! Get out! Try it again. Hey, FSBVW, WV, sorry. Welcome. The game, it's a horrific, buggy mess. So we're pushing on anyway. Discussing what game to play next week, because this game is so horrific and so buggy that actually we're going to go take another break from it and wait for another update to come out. That's where I'd like to be anyway. I'm still trying to think of a robot strike punch. Like, yeah. What? Why was the robot on strike? Because he was a punch card. Yeah, something like that. Something like that. Good, you keep trying. Thank you very much. Yeah, but like, I think maybe No Man's Sky is the winner. The more I think about it, because that is definitely a pick up and I say pick up and put down. That's a something gets done relatively quick game. I just don't know where. Wow. Yeah, I'm gonna assume I can do both at the same time. We'll see what's going. We're also trying to come up with a good punchline to the joke that starts, "Why was a robot on strike?" Okay, I got control. Look at my engines. Look at my engines. No real prize for being able to come up with a punchline, just the adulation of your peers. That target, nice. And then from here, I am going up there-ish somewhere. Oh, there's the man. Good to meet you. Oh, that's a busy screen. That is a busy screen. And then we carry up a little bit further. There somewhere? I mean, it's there somewhere. It's not quite where I want to be. Feels like that should be it, sure. Oh wow, look at that. Look at that angle. Extend my burn a little bit, but I think we can live with that. Ooh, no. We've left the system. We have officially left the system. Down further. Gonna be a tweak back and forth. Be one of these lovely situations where I can't actually make. What is even going on? I think I'm just going to put a second maneuver. Okay. Try and manipulate that one. Because it seems pretty difficult else. Oh my gosh. There. That's fine. We'll take that. It's good. Needs Crichton to translate, lol. Okay, are we even beginning to look in the right direction? I mean, it's drifting, yo. It is. Why does this keep flashing colours? I do not understand. So that push a little harder. Why is like some of those backward fire? This doesn't seem like the right idea. Okay, I would really like to start. Oh, look, there it is down there. Start time warping, but I want to get closer to where this thinks I'm supposed to be. It seems to be taking a little while. At least we have some good solar panel coverage, though. Do worry about what's about to happen. Is there like an auto hibernating warp? There we go. So there is a whole bunch of stuff that seems to have come directly from Kerbal 1, like that hibernating warp. So why is other things not directly from? There's a question. There's a question. Okay, that's close enough for me to hit the time warp. We'll navigate by rocket. Okay, time warp limited. I guess that's fine. I guess that's fine. There's the moon. Is that? No, that's not Minmus. What Minmus is? What is that? It looks like it should be something more than just a star. But seriously, what is going on with those lights? It's not just me, right? There are definitely lights all the time. I'm not hallucinating, yeah. 3, 2, 1, go. I mean, there's no guarantee to any of that. Well, there's a stage. Oop, wobble, wobble. It's alright, though. You're gonna have to push our apoapsis up to somewhere roughly where do we get an idea of how far up this needs to go? It's like 46 million meters, something like that, right? So I've kept my periaptis up, but that's not. I want my apoapsis here up. Taking a while. It's taking a while. I feel like maybe we should have got a second engine on there or something like that. What was the sci-fi puzzle? What was it called? Growbot? It's very cutesy. It's very cutesy. It's 3 hours of good times as far as I can tell. Is that even close? But if I just go there and then we stop this, I mean it is close. Why like that? See in a minute. I feel like we need to go in over the top. You know what I'm saying? Oh, please. Let me just do the movements I want to do. There we go. All right, we'll take that. We'll take that. 7 minutes. Here we go. We got to try and point in the right direction. Like, is that no? Over there is where we want to be. Okay. Now, are we going to be able to get there before we run out? Full disclosure: a car carrying liberal supporter of unions. I mean. Yes, I think most of us here are, to be fair. Something about being into space travel and sci-fi that means you kind of want to work together with people to work for a common good, you know? Yeah, I feel like that's a correlation, if not a thing. An attempt to solve the punchline, okay. You think people should be treated fair? Yeah, God, it's such a progressive stance. I can understand why people might be a little bit afraid by what that means. I have no idea where my other craft is. Wait, there it is. Okay, the Esperanto is on its way. And this fuel delivery is going to go top it up. Because the last craft we sent out there literally just fell apart. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. What? So if we could avoid the craft falling apart, that would be great. Okay, that's pretty good. Well, I could send the next ones up as well.
But man, that's taken so long, I'm not going to. I think that's actually what it comes down to, is it's taken us so long. I'm just going to send these 2 and see what we can do. Yeah. That's exactly what we're doing. But focused or control? Oh, no, why is your engine burning? Stop, I pressed X a couple loads. What was that? Why was your engine burning? Oh, look, it's knocked itself out of orbit. Why? Tell me why. That's ooh. Okay, which way do I need to burn to bring these back into alignment? Not that one. Whilst it could work, I think that's not good. In it. You over here, creating a maneuver lot. Let's try and slow down. Will that? Nope. All right, maybe that was the way then. Seriously, can you get this out of my face? This little tag right here is just it's so bad. Okay, there I sped up a little bit and it puts me into an orbit around minmus. It's close enough. It's close enough. So let's just point over there and see what happens. Did you ever play Myst in the way back when? I did. I didn't know there was a book. I knew it was a game. Back way back when. Oh man, when did Myst come out? I couldn't have been. I must have been a mid-teen rather than like an older teen, or maybe even a young or pre. And so I didn't really get that far in it, shall we say. Yeah. Did you ever play... Yeah. What was it? Not 11th, 7th Guest? That was a weird game. That was a puzzle game set in a mansion, and like all these ghosts would turn up and they'd tell you all about this party or they'd act out scenes from the party, right? And yeah, eventually all the puzzles started making sense to me. It took a while. Can we get Myst and Steam? Is that a thing? We could totally go and solve Myst. I don't like the fact that my second... Why is this... Oh my gosh. Which one's going to get there first? Encountering minmus. No time, no way of telling me when that's going to happen. They read it about 5 times. Last one was 2021. Okay, I could definitely get down. Maybe one of you guys sat on the walkthrough for when I'm like, that's it. I don't know anymore. Should I actually be controlling this one? Oh, I don't know. Did we just enter on the same day or something? This is... I mean, this is roughly what I wanted, but... Now I don't know. Oh my gosh. So, let's just circularize this up. And this says... Inactive vessel has just entered... Okay. That we burn in 2 hours. Okay, so now if we control the other craft, press Z... No, we're alright. If we control the other craft, and here, there's 2 hours. Okay, so it is actually this one we need to burn first. All right, we'll just come in and do this. This is horrifically off axis. And then we'll figure out how to make the two meet, and we'll give it a little kiss, transfer fluids from one to the other, and then leave. It's because we're under time acceleration. I'm like, why are we not turning? But it's because we're under time acceleration. I'm just gonna actually accelerate my way down there. Oh look, we just missed Periaptus. You turning? Are you not turning? What is this craft even doing? Have we got turns? We got turns. Was someone do the Discworld adventure game the other? Wow, he had to go walk through a few times. Yeah, I mean, it's like, do you remember Broken Sword, the point and click adventure games? Like, some of those made absolutely no sense. Like, you get a bot. The one that really sticks out to me is you're going through archives, right? And they won't let you through a door for some reason. It turns out you've got to jam a lift up behind you, and the way you do that is with a bottle opener that you picked up like ages ago, and you're expecting it to do some like crazy thing, and yeah. Is that circular? No, we still got an apoapsis of minus numbers. What is this even pointing? I've just realised, like, what even is this doing? We want to be pointing retrograde. This is disgusting. It's just done this weird... really bad. Well, getting these two to meet up is going to be interesting. Well, we got one in anyway. The adventures you played were mainly Sierra. Oh man, Space Quest and Leisure Suit Larry. Oh, that's a name that's going to stay in the past. I played Monkey Island. Sam and Max was great. Did you ever play Day of the Tentacle? That was particularly good. Manic Mansion was the number one, and then Day of the Tentacle was number 2. They're really good, actually, really good. Your brother did, yeah, cool. Yeah, Sam and Max I played around like someone else's, which obviously means I didn't really play it, but I had seen stuff, right? God, look at the 90 degrees. What is this, yo? Sierra did Conquest of the Longbow as a Robin Hood game. Never got good at it. Figure out what to do puzzle games weren't your thing. Yeah. No, I hear what you're saying. There are a lot of games that followed that. You can figure it out mentality. Which I think at the moment we're actually going too far in the other direction. I totally should have dropped these tanks ages ago. Just save. Okay, what about these tanks? These ones here. Okay. 3, 2, 1, go. No idea how well this is going to be. Just circularize it. That was the thing, they left us to do the stuff and didn't tell us, and no internet to ask. No, that was the thing though, right? Because there was a phone line that you could ring, and they made money off of that. That's how they used to do it. Okay. How much are we weighing, right? 167. Patrick Moore is the games master. Oh, dude. For those of you who don't know,
Patrick Moore was a very well-respected astronomer. When the moon missions were kicking off, it was his maps that were referenced. Patrick Moore... Was it his maps that were referenced? Anyway, he was a very strong expert on the moon. I might need to look him up now and reconfirm that fact. But like, so yeah. Anyway, he was a very well respected astronomer here, and in the 90s, out of the blue, no one saw it coming. He played the role of the Games Master, a giant holographic head, I believe, on an oil rig. That would just show up and tell you games tips. He's a personal hero. Yeah, no, I hear it, man. I hear it. If the book is older than you, this is it. And the man plays played a mean xylophone. He was, a national treasure. That it's very sad to have seen him go. Right. In fact, one of my lecturers at Cardiff used to work on Sky at Night with him. So that's cool. You know you're in the right place when people have worked with Patrick Moore, right? Okay, now that we're controlling this, Esperanto, set target. Oh, look at this horrific horrors, absolute horrors. I just need to forward time a bit to know which way all the craft are going. Okay, that's going down. Both craft are going down. Okay, going down. So from the top, like there. Actually, it should have been from the bottom. Keep going, map. I believe. No, it doesn't. Oh no, it's. Wait, it's done the weird map thing again. I must have hit some gimbal lock or something. So there's several ways of doing three-dimensional movements, right? And one of them is the way that you would think about. You have three axes, or three numbers that think about your X, Y, and Z. The problem is if you start looking in, too far up or too far down, it loses track of which one's which, like the X, Y, and Z, because you end up causing what's called a degeneracy, where two things overlap and it doesn't know which one's which, and you can. Thank you. And that seems to happen quite a lot in this game. I have discovered it. I don't know if that's exactly what's going on, but I feel like it is. So on the way down, I've got to... Oh my gosh. I've got to turn my orbit all the way around this way. Keep going, keep going. I have lost orientation in this 3D space. Just look at this mess in front of me and tell me what I'm supposed to get from it. Is that getting closer? I think that might be closer than where we started, and I'm just going to go with that for now. Burn through a bit more fuel than I really intended to. That's fun. Oh, can we turn off the space junk? This is a good... No, we can't turn off the junk. But actually, we were only looking at 3 orbits here. We've got this orbit of the orange craft, this orbit of the blue craft, and then the yellow one is the projected orbit. So, like, even turning the space junk off wouldn't actually give anything better there. Yeah, I've spent far too long during this stream thinking about what game we could play next week.
Because this is the third week in a row that I think I've had more frustration than fun. And like, you know, some streams are like that, and I accept that as the, you know, I play not easy games. I was thinking about that earlier today, actually. Like, I've run out of games that I can like really dig my teeth into the real complex nature of them, stuff like that. And the problem is a lot of people just don't want the type of games that I play, which is fair. Like, you've got to be a psycho to do what I do. Hi Twitchy, the robots were on strike because their quantum boss is non-binary view. Oh, my dude, coming in with an actual punchline there. I gotta write this one down. I think you've won. Welcome. Anyway, hey, welcome back to the stream. Whoa. That is beyond just technically funny. I think that's actually funny. Alright, let's make a stage here. Yeah, that was wow. I was not expecting that. Okay, we have one goal before I finish stream today. Now that punchline has been dropped, we're gonna go dock. This is it. This is our purpose today. You may have thought we were trying to land something on Minmus. No. We were trying to dock 2 craft around Minmus. I can understand why you got confused. It's very, very easy to overlook the finer details of what was going on. Had a fire alarm halfway through. That's always fun. Which is still like there is a system beeping outside my door somewhere. Like beep, beep, beep. Which is a bit distracting, as I'm sure you can imagine. For future reference, for anyone watching at the moment, I'm trying to turn when I'm at the lowest point in my orbit around Minmus. That's terrible. Don't do that. Try and turn at the highest point. It's just because that was the closest point where we were going to cross, and I'm done waiting. So, you have a calculus jokes, okay? I got some facts about calculus. 3, 2, 1, go. I've got the full throttle. As in, like, do you know where the word comes from? So, like, the calculi used to be the little voting stones that they had in Athens. You had a black stone and a white stone, and you walked up and dropped your stone into the pot. That's how they did their democratic process, right? That's good or not. And they had to count them all up at the end. So the calculus for the calculi became just a word for maths in general. So by the time Newton comes along, who, depending on who you want to believe, was the inventor of calculus, shout out to my boy Leibniz. So when Newton's writing, "Here is my new calculus," right? That's kind of why we've picked up this word for this, like, maths of variations. When he's like, "This is my new calculus," what he's actually saying is, "This is my new maths," because the word for maths was just general calculus. And it's not only now in the future where we use this word to mean something much more specific. 2 math professors are having lunch at a restaurant. They're arguing about how much maths the average person knows. The one who thinks people doesn't know maths goes to the restroom. I hope that wasn't the punchline, because I don't think I got it. Right, what do we do? We're going to come back up here. Look, I've now got a reasonable number on my ascending node. Oh, look at that. We can bring it down to, like, good numbers.
And then we're only half the orbit out. Ooh. The other one calls the server over and asks her to help resolve a bet. I'm going to call you over in a minute and ask you a question. Doesn't matter what it is, just say 1/3 x cubed. I don't know exactly where this is going, but I am ready for some chuckles here. I think this is going to be good. We got like an hour and 3 minutes. Get back. I might do a live moon mission one weekend. I don't know if I can talk for that long, but like just, you know, have a stream running all the time and I don't dip in and out when I'm doing stuff and like having... Yeah, okay. She says okay, walks away. First professor comes back in and the second one says, I'd bet you $20 that I can pick a random person and they have at least a basic understanding of calculus. Which already I can tell him he's wrong there. The most basic, the average person doesn't even know what calculus is, which is fine. Nobody needs to know what calculus is. First professor agrees, and the second one randomly picks the server, calls her over. Excuse me, miss, can you tell me the integral of x squared? 1/3 x cubed plus c. Let's get the plus c. 2 minutes to go. Wait, where are? Wait, zoom out. Whenever we're right zoomed in like this, I'm like, oh look, the planet. That's not a planet. That's the inside of my spacecraft. Oh, she throws in plus a constant. Great. I don't know if I need to explain that in math circles, dropping that plus a constant is quite a common thing that we take the mickey out of. But it's to really explain it takes a bit of a calculus course. Let's speed up time. Trying to think if I got a good analogy, and the only one I could really come up with is like speed. Like, you know, when you add a little bit to your speed, it doesn't really matter what speed you were going at beforehand, and that's what the plus c is. Right? So, an integral can be used. So, integrals are just a fancy way of adding stuff up, right? You've looked at a line and you've gone, all right, I think this funny equation represents this line. Yeah. Add a little to what? Oh, mate, I don't know which bit we were talking about to say that. So the joke. Yeah. The second prof assumed she wouldn't know calculus, and she did. Yeah. So, like, calculus is about how things change, right? So when you're talking about, like, a change of speed, it doesn't matter whether you're going 50 miles an hour or 100 miles an hour. If you add 20 miles an hour, you're going 20 miles an hour faster, right? And the plus c is just like taking that beginning bit into account. You know, what were you starting from? But like most of the time, you don't give two shakes about what that actually is, because you try to find relationships and stuff like that, right? Yeah, in physics, it's normally just like you're starting whatever. Starting speed, starting field strength, starting. Oh, look, there's an orbit. There's a matching. Yeah, we're gonna go for it. Circularize. When do those get closer? Leads into one of the limericks. All right, I'm no good with the flow of limericks, but let's do it. Down here. Here we go. Z squared dz integrated. For maths nerds, it's not complicated. It's z cubed over 3. Don't forget to add the c. Or by pedants, you will be berated. To go with the complicated. Okay, yeah, I got you. Oh man, is it pedantry? But let's not forget that is indeed what maths is about. It's writing down the blindingly obvious and making sure that all the obvious things have been taken account of. It's one of the things that I do have to remind myself of quite often, even in my own classes, right? Is that the whole point is to be pedantic and meticulous, so that you know you've got everything covered, right? That the prediction, that the relationship that you've come up with is one that actually works. Making it so Forrest can understand. Honestly, there is not a single thing that I do that I couldn't. Maybe not me, but someone should be able to explain it from any level up, right? Nothing that I'm doing is magic, right? 13, 12, 11, 10. Even if we have to go 1 + 1 is 2. 6, 5, 4, 3, 1. Go. Aloha Ida. Says something like that, right? That closer. How do I distance from target? That'll look pretty big. 7 kilometers. I just tap. That's going up. Let's not go that way. Turn around. Wait, my engine's still running. Stop. Thought I'd killed it. You could do better than most others. Oh yeah, maybe. IDX no by dy. I need to know this calculus thing. I mean, calculus is just about how to change a series of numbers into an equation that lets you go further than the numbers give you. I think is the quick way of putting it. There's this whole thing about differential equations, which is a good way of modelling stuff. That's the next step up, and that's a bit hard to actually get into. Because there's a process where you go, all right, well, we take all the factors into account, and you write down these things called differentials, and they're the things that change, right? And then they go, and if you look at this really hard, you can see that this function would fit. And the only way you know that function fits is because you've seen lots of things before and you just guess and check. Yeah, it was those things. Like delta V being different due to your... Okay, so yes, yeah. So when you're burning your fuel, right, you can imagine we take a snapshot every 10 seconds and measure the amount of fuel that we've got in the tank, right? And you know, you add them all together, or add the bits that have been burnt together, and you end up with an estimation of how much fuel you've burnt, right? I think in that particular situation, it doesn't matter whether you did it that way or through the fancy methods. But there are situations where if you take snapshots like that, it doesn't actually work out. The maths when you run the numbers together
you're like, well, I burnt this much fuel, but according to these snapshots, I only burnt this much fuel. And that's because of like the continuous flow of time. You may have seen like the bunnies having. I think I might want to. It's like bacterial growth. That's the one we'll go for instead, right? You know, with the whole exponential curves and stuff like that. Yeah. Your favourite part of calculus was deriving all the volumes and surface area of the formulas we had to memorise prior to classes. Well, thankfully, once you really dig down under it, there's this underlying process that you can just, as long as you know, big inverted commas, basic geometry, you know, how a sphere is put together, you know, 3/4 pi r cubed and stuff like that, right? You can then just apply all these formulas and put the integrals in. Yeah, I have to do that a lot because obviously, like, we stare off into space, and you know we get a bunch of light, but the light has come from us from this entire cone, and we got to figure out a whole bunch of stuff with that. The thing, like that's the nitty gritty that I get down to after, like, say I'm spending a year writing a bit of paper. It's only after 9 months that I get down to that kind of nitty gritty, right? There's no point. Because the corrections are so small, you do the big sort of what we call gross stuff first, and get down for really nailing the nitty gritty later on. Target, anti-target, we want this one. And what? Okay, we should be able to see it. We should be able to scream out. Roll out, sorry. It should be like just over there somewhere. We don't get a separation. Okay. There is some magic. If you take y equals 1 over x from x1 to infinity and spin it around the x-axis, you get. Oh yeah, Gabriel's horn. Yeah, I mean that shows really the problem with like mathematical constructs as opposed to the real world. So in the real world, when you make a horn, you make it out of stuff. It's got thickness to it. It's got like molecular properties. To paint some paint on it, the paint will also then have some thickness, right? Whereas the surface of rotation for the line of x equals 1 over y or whatever, that is infinitely thin and can go for an infinite distance. Yeah, it is crazy. I do get you. But the magic actually comes from the fact that we've invented this thing called infinity. And it's not even that we come up with infinity. It's that we've sliced everything into an infinitesimal bit. That's where it all goes wrong. And again, like I was saying with the Kerbal devs, right? You need, this is why you need the physics students to know where the problems are. And you almost guarantee at some point in the future those problems are going to turn out to be the solutions. So I don't know if you are aware of these things called imaginary numbers. Terrible name. There's nothing imaginary about them. They're just not the counting numbers that we think of when we're counting apples or whatever. And it's not until you get to really quite abstract things that you start running into them anyway. So like, and when I say abstract, I don't mean that they don't work. Like how radar pings light around and stuff like that. And you get at it by trying to take the square root of a negative number of -1. Because if you square any number, so if -2 times -2 gives you 4. So the square root of 4 can be -2. I mean, there was a whole argument over maths memes about this, but whatever. We'll get into that another day. So to get to that, you could go from either one of those two numbers, right? So doesn't matter whether you're
squaring a positive number or a negative number, you end up with a positive number. So how do you end up with the negative numbers? Like, how does that happen? And it turns out you need to have this weird, like, I'm going to use the word orthogonal. Like, if you imagine the number line going left to right, now the eye goes up and down. And it's like this whole set of numbers that turns what we think of as 1, 2, 3 into this, like, 2D plane. It's fun. You showed your kid a video that explained Euler's identity. Assume the number that will rise to x its own derivative. We call it E. Yeah, I mean, there's so much better ways to come at what E is and how the Taylor series of sine and cosine add together to give E. Like, but like you got to understand what a Taylor series is, and that's kind of awkward. Taylor series is like how your calculator works out pi, right? I don't know why your calculator doesn't do this, but I would personally like keep the value of pi as 3.14 blah blah blah, a long strain of digits, right? But that's not what your calculator does. Your calculator has got like this 1 over whatever thing going on. You're saying it's like it's easy. Mate, it is the easy bit. No, it's merely exposure, right? It's I've wanted to do this for some time. I want to sit down with a couple of graphs and explain calculus to you guys, just so you know what I'm talking about. We got time. We got time. Problem with being around minmus, it just kind of takes a while to get anyway. Managed to explain pi, I, and E using calculus, which also explains in 13 minutes. Oh, my dude. 13 minutes to explain those. Like, you know, pi's relatively easy. You know, you're like, well, we just like circles, and, you know, when you divide the circumference by the radius, we get this number called pi, right? Like, that's all it is. That's literally all it is. There's no bigger secret to pi. The big secret of pi is Euler's identity. Because of the way we've connected this derivative that doesn't change. I'm going to go off on a bit of now I'm going into the weeds. If you fail to follow this bit, don't worry. Because we've tied sine and cosine to Euler to E in the way that we have. Everybody's like, oh, why does it like pop up everywhere? But we use this non-differentiable function in the Gaussian distribution, right? In the normal bell curve. So it's not surprised that we use the pi turns up everywhere. We put a circle in our distribution. Of course it's going to turn up everywhere. Anyway, right, that's my little like actual maths geek rant aside. Most beautiful equation, I do believe I've seen it. The one that got me recently, Highly Entropic Mind. I say recently, in the Summer of Maths exhibition. I don't know if you guys are aware of 3 Blue, 1 Brown. Sometimes struggle to say his name. He, every year, holds a little competition for maths explainers to just make a video. Just get off your butt and make a video. And this guy did the strong nuclear force, which, like, oh my god, what a topic to try and take on. And in 20 minutes did a really good job of explaining it. The maths behind it. Which is just like, talk about a topic you don't want to take on. Alright, that's got quantum, that's got things are not how you think they are, like all over it, right? Like that's... How far have we got to travel? Like 10 kilometers?
Yeah, and he just did all that. So that's like that's what I recommend. The rest of his videos terrible. Well, no, not terrible. The rest of his videos are alright, but he drops like one of those big explainers like every 3 months or so, and then he's got just like typical YouTube stuff. Hey, here's what I'm doing with my channel in between, and that's all boring. Okay, how long is it going to take us to get over there? 16 minutes. Okay, well, let's just turn around and we'll get some time acceleration underway. Just want to be pointed in the right direction before we do that. Back to pi turn up everywhere. I had a classmate in your applied analytics course actually throw a fit and start yelling, "Why does pi turn up everywhere?" Well, there we go. I just explained it to you. It's because anytime you use complex numbers or anything like that, we've just thrown sine and cosine in there because they're nice repeating structures. And to get a nice repeating number out of sine and cosine, you put 2 pi in there. And that's where it comes up from, is because we've just thrown this 2 pi in all our explanations and then go, oh my god, why does pi keep turning up? It's like, you put it there. Okay, I got a proper maths ranty on at the moment. Tell you what, I wouldn't mind going back to like GCSE, maybe maths. Sorry, GCSE, maybe A-level maths, and being a tutor. I've got a level of understanding that I never thought I would have. That comes from just using it all the time, right? You know, I've actually built up some intuition for this stuff. Sorry for cutting that. It's just the hardcore crowd in today. We're all right. We got the people either know about this stuff or are not shy of telling me they don't know about this stuff, and I can dig a little deeper. You know. You would hate it at secondary school level. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things where they're just like, here is the way it is, and we're not going to explain why. I was having. Again, it's the same maths memes conversation I was having about the nature of the square root. People were very vehemently saying that square root cannot have a plus or minus to it because it because of the way functions work, and I was like, well, why do we need this? Why do we need that? And like people, you know, I'm trying to understand at a better level, and wouldn't you know it, the memers are the people that know this stuff, but they also don't like being questioned, and especially when you're like, oh, but I want to know. They hate that. No, okay. Yeah, you want to teach the ones that want to be there, not the ones that have to be there. Yeah, no, yeah, that's fair, mate. That's fair. Yeah, really, I wanna be like a tutor for the private kids, right? No, actually, no, maybe not. This is a terrible chase. Where's the capture, body, auto, chase? There we go. Thank you. Wait, it just spun my camera all the way around. Game. I just want to know which way up is, you know, so that I can start using my RCS in a thoughtful manner. Yes. I took one semester of algebra right after graduating. It was that disheartening experience. Yeah, like, unless they want to know. Yeah, I bet. Private use computers and those that want to be there are great and forced to be there. Yeah, I know. It was for college students that hadn't taken on to high school level and didn't like maths when they were there because they needed it as a prerequisite, not exactly engaged. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's the problem, right? The ones who... why is that spinning? The ones who are gonna get engaged have already done so, right? I'm not entirely sure that this is doing what I'm telling it to do. Is it this way up? I hate this. With quite a bit of passion right now. I cannot see, I cannot control. What I'm trying to do just doesn't seem to work. I'm trying to bring this... I'm there touching the screen. This dot in line with this green, with the white. And normally you just fly it around, right? It's not a problem. But this is a problem. Just hold wherever you are. So I should be control from here. Aim for... Why is this now tumbling? Ah! Well, this sure is vexing. Vexing. I did learn that no matter how slow you think you are when you fall asleep in class, the tutor can totally tell, yeah. I feel like I'm Neil Armstrong doing something, mate, I tell ya. Okay, I'm gonna try and stop myself relative to this craft. Wish me luck, because I'm not entirely certain that I can actually do it. So, like, why isn't this... Look, all I want to do is look at the retrograde. It's right there. Why is it doing anything other than... Too many radians per minute. I'm feeling that, mate. I am feeling that. Let's give it a little, like... Somehow that's put my speed up, despite the fact that it's right there. Well, I think with that, I am going to say thank you very much for joining me for this adventure, ladies and gentlemen. I will see you next time, where I think we will be playing some No Man's Sky. I think that's probably the winner. I really want to come back and get this game working well at some point. I'm not sure how. But someday, somewhen, you know I'm going to try and slam these together now, right? No, it was going to fall apart anyway the moment I did anything. Look at that. Ah!
It's been a very frustrating day, actually, guys. Yeah, it's interesting. It's been interesting. If you have any better ideas for what game to play, please do let me know, and we'll definitely go and play them. But I will see you then when we're going to do that. Bye!